So there is a rumor circulating on Reddit, a rumor that the state of Doctor Who is so bad that they're going to completely reboot the show with Sony and AMC.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Again, it's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
We don't know if it's true.
It's a rumor. We're going to talk about the rumor and why it could maybe possibly be true, but also we want to caution you. It's a rumor. It's not our rumor. It's coming from Reddit, and there is an apparent press release out there that they were going to drop the news on May 11th that they were going to effectively reboot Doctor Who with new production partners. Now, if you guys remember, Disney threw a bunch of money at the BBC to co-finance Doctor Who, and the last couple seasons were a complete disaster.
Oh, they were terrible.
They were not just terrible, but nobody watched them, right? And
they
were very
watch them
expensive
because they were terrible. They were clearly shoving agenda down people's throats. The actor was complete butthead, or go touch grass and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they did. I don't know what to tell you. It was dumb. It was absolutely stupid. Russel T Davies thought he could make it his own personal vehicle for every issue he had with anybody who's straight, white, and male, and call it a day.
So it went just about as well as we could have predicted. And, Doctor Who viewership dropped off a cliff after Jodie Whittaker's first season. Now, the first season with Jodie Whittaker was okay, views-wise.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking like quality. I'm talking the views. The views were fine. The viewership was fine the first season, but you could see people leaving episode after episode. And then her second season, it dropped off, and then it just continued to drop off. They had a little bit of a bump when they brought David Tennant back, and you would think bringing David Tennant, Russel T Davies back, and Catherine Tate back, that was money in the bank. And my God, they managed to screw that up too.
Well,
so now,
we need the doctor lecturing everybody on pronoun usage.
After the doctor was literally just a woman.
It's just stupid. Everybody rolled their eyes and they're like, and then I don't want to hear. It's always progressive. Yes, it was. It was always progressive and entertaining and, light way. It wasn't like, in your face, I'm going to beat you with it, you bigots. That was really, really stupid.
I'm going to beat you with it, you bigot.
That's what they were doing.
Take it, you bigot. No, but yeah, it was, the marketing for the last couple seasons especially were just atrocious. They had people, associated with the show out there saying some really dumb shit that gave longtime fans every reason to tune out from the show. And they did. And the numbers were the worst in the history of the show. Then they teased Billy Piper coming back as the doctor at the very end, which makes no damn sense on so many levels, but I don't think anybody cares. Like, nobody cares about the show. So they've lost their financing from Disney because Disney's like, we don't even own this. Why are we going to throw more money at it? Right. And now apparently Sony's, considering bringing Doctor Who back. Like, they see value in Doctor Who, but they don't see any value in the current continuity because things are so completely fucked up beyond belief that they can't salvage it. They retconned the Doctor's origin. You can't go back at this point. You could have been like, oh, the Master was tricking the Doctor, and maybe, the last couple incarnations.
It's just so convoluted. It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Wipe that slate clean at this point.
So you'd almost have to start from Doctor number 1 again, or at least never mention any of this shit. And that's what they're apparently going to do.
Where I'm saying it's not good, though, is the fact that, well, one, that's going to be exhausting to think about. But two, last time when they did this, they kind of did this, what you mentioned before we started the video with Eccleston. And That was okay because there were years in between. So it worked because there was years in between. There have not been years in between. So now it's just going to be like, throw your hands up in the air, got to start all over again.
But, the uncomfortable truth is that might be the best way to go.
I'm not saying it's not the best way to do it. I'm just saying that for a viewer standpoint, I'd just be like, nah, I'm out. It's kind of like those who watched like the first 10 years of Marvel, and after they finish with Endgame, they're like, yeah, I'm good, I'm done. Yeah. And like, I did 10 years, I'm out. And it's kind of like that. I think people are going to be like so exasperated. They're already like, thinking the last couple seasons, their last couple Doctors were crap anyway. And I get, you have to start from scratch, but it's also going to be like, I have to invest all this time in this story again.
You could do like Batman, and you could be like, oh, this is an alternate universe Doctor Who. It could be absolute Doctor Who, and you could be all like
there
buff.
You go.
Yeah.
Oh, bold of you to soon will be a he.
So yeah, well, no, I think they would make him a he. I think what they would do is they would take a look at it and be like, look, if we're going to invest in Doctor Who, we're going to go back to what worked, and we're going to take a look at the history of Doctor Who and what worked, what can we update, what do people actually want from the show. Make him ginger. There we go. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And if you want more of us for some reason, you can go out to more.clownnfishtv.com. Join the Reef. Reefers help support the free content over here on YouTube, so thank you very much for that. There's a lot of paywall content over there you will not get over here. So again, thank you. Check it out for less than the cost of a super chat, a single super chat. There we go. This is so I gotta give a hat tip to Fandom Pulse first. That's where I saw it first. So credit where credit is due. So I'm not gonna read the whole press release, but there is a very official looking press release. Now, granted, anybody could probably type this up or whatever.
Doesn't mean it's real. We don't know.
Doesn't mean it's real, but it's an awful lot of work. Well, with AI, maybe it's not. But it says AMC Global Media announces partnership with Sony Pictures Television and BBC Studios for new era of Doctor Who, and it's dated for May 11th. So apparently, if this is true, again, big, huge if it's true, then on May 11th, there's going to be a press release that they're going to effectively reboot Doctor Who.
So it's going to be a 3-series for sure to start. And it's going to start next year and then be released in 2028, if true. Yes,
a 3-series global reboot of the iconic sci-fi franchise. Now, here's the thing. Do they mean reboot or do they mean soft reboot? So a global reboot would basically be like, we want people to come into Doctor Who for the first time. That was one of the biggest problems, I think, with Russel T Davies coming back. They're like, he's going to come back and save Doctor Who and make it accessible for Gen Z and all these new audiences, while also referencing every episode of every Doctor Who he did like 20 years ago, which is really confusing for people. What worked the first time, and Russell actually got it right the first time, was there was a 15, 16-year gap between Doctor Who. So he came in and was like, okay, let's just drop a brand new doctor into a situation with a new companion. And
like, he's been doing this for years already.
He's been doing this for years.
Already been this face for a while. You know?
And we'll slowly unravel the backstory of what he's been up to since the original series, since the movie. And then we'll kind of reintroduce everybody to the concept of the Time Lords and the Daleks. And that's what they did. And it actually worked out really well. It was kind of like, you know, it was great because you could start at, you know, the 2005 series, having never seen any classic Doctor Who, and you would immediately know what was going on. But then as the show progressed, they started, especially with the Matt Smith era, they started leaning more into classic characters, whatever. But it was a good way to bring the series back. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that, or they're just going to say, you know, fuck it. None of this happened. None of that happened. Doctor number one.
I don't even know if they're doing this at all. This is all could be like just a, you know, a red herring or something. But, you know, it's
a ginger.
Yeah.
Production is expected to begin in 2027, with the first season slated for global premiere in 2028. While it's true this is only a leak, the text does follow standard formats, and AI checkers suggest it is human written.
So they're saying, yeah, if it's true, 3 companies are going to finance it. BBC,
how many people is it?
AMC Global Media and Sony.
The BBC. The BBC can't afford Doctor Who on its own anymore. That's the thing. They need a partner. And I know that they were possibly eyeing up HBO. That was a rumor because they have an existing relationship with HBO. They did His Dark Materials with HBO. But yeah, this actually makes sense because Doctor Who is a powerful brand that has been destroyed, and you can bring it back, but I think it's going to have to be as drastic as a reset.
I don't know if it can be brought back this soon. I think it's too soon. I think if you're going to reset it, you know, you still need a lot more time in between. In my opinion. Nobody
lets this stuff rest. That's the problem, because they're like, it's almost like somebody at Sony that's kind of like, yeah, you guys really fucked up. We could do it better. Doctor Who is an anime now.
The bar is low. I don't think most people could do better. Let's be honest.
I don't know. I mean, I like the idea. I mean, here's the thing. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, but I actually, things have gotten so bad that if they had to just push the reset button, if it was done well, I would be okay with it. I would be okay.
Well, there's so many caveats. If it was done well,
if it was done well,
my concern.
If it was done well, if it was like, look, we're gonna update Doctor Who, but we're gonna keep the heart, the core of Doctor Who intact. We're gonna keep most of the lore intact. We might update it a little bit. I mean, to me, it's no different than like every damn time they reboot Batman, right? It's the same basic
but eventually,
story.
Like same with Spider-Man, you get the origin story so many times, and eventually you just get tired of it and don't watch it anymore.
Well, you don't need to do the origin.
But I'm just, you know what I'm saying. That's why I'm concerned it's going to go down the same path. Like we're going to have a disagreement here because you seem to be like, oh, this is going to, this will be great. It'll start all over again or start it in a position where it'll bring it back. I'm saying, I think the damage is too bad that it needs to rest longer than this for it to be successful.
I'm
not saying they can't do it. I'm just saying that it's not going to be something people
the
are going to
second
go
coming
for a
of
while.
Doctor Who. Yeah.
And I think if you go too far back and start all over again, people are going to be like, hands up in the air, I don't want to start all over again. Like how many times they reboot comics, people get sick of it.
Yeah.
Like by the fifth or sixth reboot, they're like, I'm out. I'm tired of buying these reboots just to start all over again.
I mean, you could also do like a quasi reboot and just be like, okay, we're just going to introduce a new Doctor. We're going to stick to what people knew, familiar, male Doctor. Sorry. That's what they know. That's what they like. We'll, maybe play around with the love triangle stuff like that worked with Matt Smith and whatever. And don't make any obvious connection to the original series until later. And it could be like, oh yeah, well that was like the bad timeline or something. And I went back and fixed it. So I was never Jodie Whittaker.
That just seems weak. I don't know. In my opinion, I just think it's toastless at rest for a while. But that's just me. I know we're gonna have completely different agreement. One of us is gonna be right. If this is true, one of us is gonna be right.
Yeah, there you go. That's how we say we're right. One of us is I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I want to believe that Doctor Who could be salvaged because it's such a great IP with such a wonderful history, and it was one of my favorite shows. I still watch classic Doctor Who every day.
And I watch it too because you have it on, and I loved it. We used to be our family show.
The entire family used to watch the show together.
Capaldi and stuff. They started dropping off then. I started dropping off then.
I like,
but the last couple Doctors have just been cringeworthy. Everybody checked out. No one wants to watch it, and from my point of view, the whole thought of going back and watching it, either they get a good Doctor, because even they teased us with Tenet and then pulled the rug. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I don't know if I'd come back because I don't know if I want to watch it again and start all over again and have to go through everything again and just, forget everything you knew and then we're going to start all over again with new stuff. And who knows what the shit they're going to change now for the modern audience. So I'm just kind of like, don't care. But you can care. Some people probably do care.
You can care. It's fine. I don't give a shit. Well, I feel that way about Star Wars now. Like I'm actually if I had to choose one to save from the fire, I think I honestly would probably choose Doctor Who.
I would choose Star Wars, but I don't think either one's honestly Doctor Who's probably more savable than Star Wars. And I don't think I don't think either one is that savable. I think they're already, the high ground's already been taken. They're already briquettes and it's done. So
they said that, according to the press release, which may or may not be legit, according to the press release, the Doctor Who relaunch will introduce a newly imagined narrative, refreshed cast, and expanded storytelling scope while honoring the core mythology that has defined Doctor Who for decades. And they're not saying it couldn't happen, but they're saying that, you could use time travel to undo some of the bullshit. See, that just makes me roll my eyes. I think they've had to stretch this thing so thin. It's like it's skinnier. It's thinner than Cassandra. Like you can't moisturize this thing. Moisturize me. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I mean, it's nice to think that Doctor Who could be salvaged, but I don't know. I guess my thing is like I'm getting to a point now where if you're gonna do it, at least do it right and at least end on a high note. And even if it's not as popular as it was before, but whether it's Doctor Who or Star Wars or video game franchise or whatever it is, as long as you can say, hey, we gave it our best and we tried to course correct on the way out, but people just weren't into it anymore. At least you've got that. Like, at least they acknowledge that, yeah, we really fucked up a great thing. And, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think the interest in it's drier than an 80-year-old cooter. That's just my moisturize me. That's just saying. I just don't think it's there. There's not enough lube to moisturize that. Yeah, I'm just saying. All right. We got to wrap it up. Yes. All right. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Again, thanks to the Reefers at more.clownfishtv.com. We'll talk later. Bye.